Orlando at CMB's Momentum with We Are Messengers frontman Darren. Hey, Darren.
Hi. That was an awkward hi. Hello.
Darren just got off the stage, and really awesome to see your authenticity up there, man.
Thank you.
I think that's becoming your reputation a bit. I think people are really appreciating your authenticity. How can people bring that on? How can people, I'm thinking maybe worship leaders, artists in general, but from a worship leader's perspective maybe, how do people create that authenticity, and how do people prevent from distractions that would stop that from happening?
Thank you. It's very nice of you to say that. So I think one of the things in the church is that we have this thing about we believe authenticity is important, right? But we've actually started modeling authenticity, and you actually can't really model authenticity. Authenticity has to come from you being willing to allow your flaws to be exposed. You need to be willing to be vulnerable. You need to be willing to look foolish. And you need to be willing to say, God, I actually believe you're greater, and I'm going to demonstrate you're greater by the plans that I have. I'm going to allow them to shift, even if it's 2 seconds notice. So like, for example, the set we just played, usually bands that are doing what we do, you'll have multiple tracks playing, tracks in your ears, prompts. All of that died within the first 10 seconds for us. And then God said, now Darren, now listen. And once God says listen, you listen. And how do you be authentic? You love Jesus. And loving Jesus, he said, if you come and follow me and learn to walk like I have walked, you'll find rest for your soul. And if you learn to follow Jesus, you'll walk straight into authenticity. You cannot pretend to be somebody when you're sitting with Jesus, because he already knows. You know the story where he sits at the table with prostitutes? Now, the prostitute's not going to be pretending not to be a prostitute, because she knows that Jesus knows her. And Jesus knows you, and he knows me. And as a worship leader, stop pretending to be something you're not. It's okay to say, I'm weak, I'm sore, my heart's broken. But let's sing to God, because he is still good, even if I don't feel it. So it's hard to be authentic other than to say you got to surrender your pride, your arrogance. And I don't always. So I'm not that guy that can say I'm always authentic. But I trust God that when I tell the truth, people get well. That's why we do it.
What would you say to people who, because I know you've expressed and you've shared brokenness in your past, and if somebody's maybe watching this video and they're feeling like their plans aren't really happening, like things are not going as they thought they would go, what would you say to them?
I would say that plans very rarely go as you think they should. And everything's a season. So see even heartache or disappointment or frustration because your plan is not going where you think it should. That's temporary. Seasons always come to an end. But what I would say is this. Sometimes, again, me as like a pastor, if you want to call me that, I hope I am a pastor of sorts. We use scripture and we say things like, but Jeremiah says there's a plan, God has a plan and a purpose for you. And unfortunately what we do with that plan is we make it somewhere far away. So it's not me and you talking now. My plan and purpose is 4 months away, 400 miles away.
Right.
But what God really means when he talks about plan and purpose, it's this. It's me and you talking. That is enough. My plan don't have to be 5 years down the line. My plan has to be that I will listen to you when you talk. And I will love you better than you've been loved today. And you will love me better. And genuinely we'll have a relationship. Otherwise, I don't know what a plan is. If it's not to love God and love people better, I don't want to be a part of it. You know?
So good. Okay, so one last question. Congratulations on being nominated, by the way, for a Dove Award, New Artist of the Year. And I know your wife is in We Are Messengers with you, Heidi, and she's beautiful.
Thank you, she is.
Give us like a stay together tip. Because when you serve together, you work together, you live together. Share us a tip with us.
Oh my goodness, I am not the man for relationship advice. I have learned so much from my wife. She has rescued me in every imaginable way. She has rescued me. And so she has taught me that marriage was not about her making me happy or me making her happy. Marriage was about dying to me so that she could live, and her dying to herself so that she could live. So model it on Jesus. Jesus said, do you know what? I'm going to die because I love you so much and you're my bride. That's what he did. Give yourself away. And when you give yourself away, you will find both God, yourself, and each other. Same thing as authenticity. Stop being so arrogant. Stop being so proudful.
Yeah.
You know, love well.
Yeah. It's Darren Mulligan from We Are Messengers at Momentum in Orlando. Thanks, Darren.
Thank you.